Reopening is making sure that transmission is controlled. Well, is transmission controlled in the United States right now? Here's the global chart of new cases every day. And yeah, that's us right up there at the top, way above everybody else in terms of new cases every day. So if step one is making sure that transmission is under control in our country, we're not there. Well, if you want to be ambitious, though, you might want to look ahead to step two, what we're aiming for, step 2 out of 6. What's the second step you need in place before you can open back up?
The new strategy summarizes what we have learned and charts the way forward. It includes 6 criteria for countries as they consider lifting restrictions. First, that transmission is controlled. Second, that health system capacities are in place to detect, test, isolate, and treat every case and trace every contact.
Health system capacities are in place to detect, test, isolate, and treat every case and trace every contact. So step 2, after you've controlled transmission, before you can even think about opening up, is make sure you as a country have the capacity to detect every coronavirus case in the country. Confirm that with a test for everyone. Isolate every single person who tests positive, and then trace every contact that person has had so that you can test, isolate, and trace contacts for all of those people too. How many of those things do we have in place as a country? Yeah, none. None. We've got more than 600,000 confirmed cases in our country. We had more than 25,000 new cases reported just today. The backlog to get a test result in New Jersey right now, which is the second most cases of any state in the country, is 2 weeks backlog to get your test result. At Mount Sinai, Brooklyn, where you just met Dr. Melanie Malloy, at the top of this segment, in the bullseye of the bullseye in Brooklyn, New York, there's a sign up on the overflow tent letting people know, yeah, even there, they can't test you if you've got symptoms mild enough that they're not going to hospitalize you. No, we do not have systems in place in this country to stop transmission at all, but also to deal with testing, isolating, contact tracing. We're not doing, it's not happening. And so we're going to open up now? Before we have any of those things in place? 25,000 new cases a day, 2,000 deaths a day? Sure, why not? Tear the lid off. Pay no attention to, for example, the 500 plus cases just discovered in one cluster in one corner of South Dakota. Yeah, tear the lid off. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I will then be authorizing each individual governor of each individual state to implement a reopening and a very powerful reopening plan of their state. It's going to be very, very close, maybe even before the date of May 1st. So that will be for some states. Actually, there are over 20 that are in extremely good shape, and we think we're going to be able to get them open fairly quickly.
Over 20 states in extremely good shape. Is one of those states South Dakota? I try not to pay too much attention to things said by the president because they usually have no rational connection to things done by the president, so why bother watching the lips flap when you can instead just watch what happens. But what he did just say there this afternoon at the White House about over 20 states are in extremely good shape. They'll open up very soon, before the end of this month. That's what I consider to be one of those Kate McKinnon Trump moments. You remember the Saturday Night Live skit where Kate McKinnon is in her Hillary Clinton role? She comes to the door with a Love Actually style set of cue cards to let us know what's coming. Donald Trump becomes president. He will kill us all. This is one of those Kate McKinnon Trump moments. Yeah, sure, Mr. President, just open everything up. May 1st sounds like it's way too long to wait. Sure, at least 20 states. Just rip the lid off. Dr. Tony Fauci told the Associated Press today, quote, "We're not there yet when it comes to opening things back up. We do not have in place the things we need to open the country back up now." And thank God Tony Fauci is still willing to say that. California's Governor Gavin Newsom today released a set of 6 steps that California